The revolution is here. For any of you right-wing conservative motherfuckers that haven't heard some of the greatest arguments from socialists, anarchists, and communists, so maybe try and set your biases by the door. Let me enlighten you to what the revolution is and why you should be a part of it. Ready, comrade? Tell them.
This is what it would look like if Pokemon were socialists. So under the current Pokemon economic organization, we'll call this the capitalist framework. Ash Ketchum, he's the capitalist. He owns the means of production, which are the Pokeballs, and the Pokemon are the workers. Under this setup, Ash exploits the labor of the Pokemon by making them fight other Pokemon who are also controlled by other Pokemon trainers, aka capitalists, for the supremacy of who will be the Pokemon master. But if the Pokemon were socialists, Ash, the capitalist, would not exist. The Pokemon would control the means of production, aka the Pokeballs, and they would have ownership over their own labor. So if a group of Pokemon wanted to fight another group of Pokemon, they would be fighting for themselves so that they could become their own Pokemon masters. And their labor would no longer belong to a capitalist Pokemon trainer who's just some teenager with no discernible skills whatsoever. Although realistically, if the Pokemon controlled the means of production, they would probably stop fighting one another entirely. So they'd all probably just go back to nature and just chill out for the rest of their lives. Now, I know what all of you are thinking right now. What about Pikachu? A great question. Pikachu is the perfect representation of the managerial class. A Pokemon who has been elevated to a place of authority to serve as a buffer between the Pokemon trainer and the Pokemon they control. Pikachu serves a vital function within the Pokemon capitalist class structure. Pikachu keeps the other Pokemon in line while still answering to Ash, even though, underneath all of this, Pikachu is still having their labor exploited. And just to round out this analogy, Professor Oak is the US intelligence state, and Team Rocket are the fascists.
Pikachu, you fucking class traitor. I mean, at least it clears everything up in my open-mindedness. Now, you right-wing, bigoted, closed-minded folk, you may not be up to speed with the Pokemon analogies and all. Try and dumb it down a little bit. See if we can clear up any other misconceptions and the questions you might still have. So hopefully this will clear it up for you.
Just so you know, us socialists don't want the government to come in and take over everything. That's not what socialism is. Socialism is when workers control their own workplace. It's when workers have a say in how the businesses they work at are run, and they get to keep the wealth that they all create together, because that's democracy. Socialism is democracy.
Okay, socialism is fucking retarded. Let me cut the whole bit, because that's getting hard to even, continue to do. I swear, bro, they all look alike. Every fucking one of them looks like they all go to the same fucking barber, the same Goodwill fucking secondhand clothing store. They're all the same. They're all suckers for the same spin on everything. I was a kid, obviously, once. I've been an idiot most of my fucking life. Like most kids start out as, short of the couple, true geniuses, one out of every couple thousand, I guess. But I'm just like everybody else. I learned the hard way. There is nothing worse than a 20-something-year-old, bougie living a whole life type motherfucker advocating for some of this shit. And they get to keep the wealth that they all create together. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you and any motherfucker who's arguing for that shit. And I don't... Kind of comes in line with a lot of things I say, because I know a lot of things come out as cold, being an asshole, or I ain't got no empathy or none of that shit, because all that's wrong. But you, as somebody working the counter at Starbucks, fucking lining up the cups with the drink orders, gassing up the lawnmowers for the fucking guys who are cutting the grass, how much weight you think of what you're doing is worth. Well, we work here. We should be able to share the wealth.
When you enter into salary negotiations with a company, the first thing the company does is essentially say to you, hey, we'd like to hire you, and we would love to pay you way less than we know that you're worth.
Then go find another fucking job. You got choices. You got options. You might not have many fucking options, depending upon what you're capable of doing or not. You get offered something, and it may not be what you feel you're worth. Don't fucking take it. Go some goddamn where else.
And yeah, you can enter into negotiations and you can try to get a fairer wage, even though it'll never actually be truly fair because all labor is exploited under capitalism.
Oh yeah, because I'm sure labor's never exploited under socialism, right? Says the socialist. Jesus fucking Christ, yo. It is just bro, it's a never-ending cycle with these folks where just everything is in comparison to the utopia. It's never in comparison to a society who did all these things that it worked doing. You ain't owed nothing. Nobody's owed any fucking thing. We're gonna run the gambit of these motherfuckers here. It's like a never-ending rhetoric of just leftist loony fucking leftist bullshit. That'll be the common thread. Okay, so we've determined socialists are fucking dingbats. How about the anarchists? They've got to have some good fucking arguments, right? Come on, anarchists, give me your best shot.
Why do mass shootings happen in America? 2 words. Right-wing terrorism.
Is right wing one word? I mean, I guess it is with the hyphen in there, maybe. Mass shootings happen because of right-wing terrorism, he says. Oh, I'm sure this will be real good.
Right-wing media has painted a picture in the heads of their viewers that the world is out to get them. Immigrants are taking their jobs.
True.
Liberal colleges are brainwashing their children.
Another true.
And beautiful trans girls are turning all of their kids into omnisexual they-thems.
Strike the beautiful part. That'd be true too. That's a 3 for 3 true piece, huh? A real true piece, says the anarchist.
Degeneracy is destroying Western civilization, when in reality, inflation is wiping out their bank accounts.
Also true.
Medical expenses, housing, and even food is becoming out of reach.
Okay. A 5th true. So far, bro, you're 5 for 5.
And all their jobs have been shipped overseas so billionaires can make more money.
Make more money. Ha 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 ha. Fuck, it says the anarchist. I bet he don't like making no money. They do all this shit for free. Immigrants coming in taking jobs. The jobs are being shipped across seas. I mean, I can see a problem with both of those, right? You know both of those could be true. You do know that, right?
They know something is wrong, but they don't know why or have any idea how to solve it.
Is the anarchist gonna tell us how to solve it?
They're just angry and racist.
Oh my god, bro. Let's give him a chance. Maybe he fucking brings this around to like a valid point or a good argument. See if he gives a solution to the problem of why the mass shootings, and it's because of right-wing terrorism. Jesus Christ, I can't imagine how he wraps this one up.
And completely directionless without class consciousness.
You got the fucking audacity to say somebody else is directionless, and you just threw out 30 different things that are so deep that you wouldn't even think to try and get into one of them, one of those topics in this 60-second fucking clip you got here, and call other motherfuckers directionless. Bro, that is pot meat kettle shit. Pot meat motherfucking kettle.
But these right-wingers have already been sold a solution, and you can pry it from their cold, dead hand.
Bro, that was the whole video. That was the whole video. I ain't cut nothing out of that. I didn't do anything with that video. That was the entire fucking video. Jesus.
When it comes to school shootings in America, it seems like there's no real solution.
I hate that, bro. I hate the way TikTokers fucking all do the same shit where they talk like this. I've really thought about this stuff, and can't you tell by the way I'm moving my hands? Only people who move their hands like this have really put actual thought into the things that they're saying. Don't you get it? Give me money. Give me money.
Liberals and conservatives only ever offer you 2 options. Either we can give teachers guns so they can shoot their students if they bring one to school.
Who's arguing that? Stick with them, bro. I'm trying, bro. Just stick with them, bro.
Or we can ban guns entirely, except for the ones that the police use, giving potential school shooters a future career path in law enforcement.
That's a weird connection, ain't it?
Anarchists propose a 3rd path.
Oh, do you? Do they? Oh, I'm dying to hear this. Oh, this has gotta be good.
Dealing with gun violence before it happens. Childhood trauma, physical and emotional abuse, desperation, depression, isolation, and a lack of support are the main causes of these violent outbursts.
Wow. With this school and shit, biggest thing that it always comes to me, kind of stands out as like the biggest argument of maybe why and what and all the other shit that's to it. If you go back 60 fucking years, there wasn't a school shooting in the entire fucking country. Wasn't a one. And kids at that time were dealing with every issue you just named.
Childhood trauma, physical and emotional abuse, desperation, depression, isolation.
All that. The kids 50 fucking 60 years ago dealt with every fucking single one of those same fucking issues with a on their bicycle, in their book bag that they were going to go hunting with when school let out, in the rear window of their truck, and over their fireplace. Kids had access to leaps and fucking bounds far beyond what kids have access to today, and they wasn't shooting no motherfucking body. But yet, I guess it's nothing we're doing as a society or nothing, right? Of course, it ain't got nothing to do with just the decay and the destruction of, sure, it ain't got nothing to do with that.
And when the education system looks more and more like a prison, it's no wonder these children are lashing out like caged animals. The solution isn't to give teachers guns, it's to give children better lives.
Better lives. He says real fucking, I don't know what the fuck you want to call that, but nobody's arguing not to give children better fucking lives. Oh my God, bro. Like, dude, going through these completely pigeonholed into just this like anti-American, anti-everything West, more or less, will abide by this like real narrow cornball, like a couple different manifestos, couple different books. The world is missing out. The rest of the 7 billion people on the planet, if they only just did how you think, then we'd treat children better. You got one more chance, bro. You got one more chance, our anarchist. If not, I'm going to the commies, and you better hope they ain't got better arguments than you.
Guns don't kill people. America's fetishism of guns kills people.
Never mind. I'm not doing another fucking second of this clown. Motherfuckers will be the first one to tell you, oh, educate yourself. Read a book. Motherfucker, yo, you don't read a book unless it's on like a specific aisle at a library. Specific fucking anarchism rhetoric underneath that frame, and if it's anything opposite that, you won't fucking touch for shit. And God forbid you did, you wouldn't give it half the good faith you give that anarchist sucker bullshit. I really hate, I'm sure, like the condescending fucking cunt shit that I probably come across with half the time. I really harbor those fucking feelings because I've been that young, dumb cunt. I've been that young, dumb, arrogant fucking asshole that all these kids have been. They wouldn't listen to me because in the end, I wasn't a true anarchist. Like the kids who was trans for a little bit and then try to detrans. They was never truly trans to begin with. If you don't invest your entire existence to all of it and just see it through to the end, you were never a true one to begin with. I mean, it don't matter I got half this shit tattooed across my body. 10 years in fucking prison. Fighting the police for 15 fucking years of my life. Be the first one to hit a fucking police in his goddamn mouth. I despise being told what to do. I despise the cops. I despise fucking all the pressures that fucking come with a lot of these things that these people rail against. But the older I've gotten, the more I realized there has to be some sense of a coordinated society to make most of this shit work. If in the end you've got 350 fucking million people, 40 different groups, and all of them thinking they have the grandest ideas, while they only have fucking theorized or looked into one specific one, not thinking about the grand picture of humanity and the history of all the societies that came before them and have tried every fucking thing they preach for. So, the socialists were cornballs. The anarchists are clowns. Let's see what the communists have got for arguments here, right? Maybe this might be the diamond we've been in search for.
Sure, as a concept, the ideas behind the Constitution might have been good ideas when applied to European, Christian, rich, landowning white men, because that's who the entirety of the Constitution was written for, which you know, because you're basically alluding to that. I'm kind of just like, I don't care if they were good ideas. Those good ideas were set down by people who genocided off this entire country.
Genocided off this entire country. Are there still natives, Indians? History was full of motherfuckers trying to kill one another. All sides, every side, America, the West, and everybody else against America and the West. Just white people that genocided.
And owned slaves and were womanizing assholes.
Says the 25-year-old commie in his bathroom. He loves making a fucking TikTok in his goddamn bathroom. I swear to God, bro, they all look the same. Just bougie, pampered motherfucking bitches that somehow fucking just like, bro, it's fucking annoying as shit, to be honest. You just wonder, like, where motherfuckers get the arrogance to, like, just hop on TikTok and just talk and got the nerve to call motherfuckers womanizing slave owners. Clown, everybody you fucking listen to at one time in history was probably a womanizer, was probably fucking slave owners, maybe not in the fucking aspect of American slaves, but I'm sure I've done some real grimy, dirty fucking shit. But of course you'll ignore all that because they spoke the shit that you want to incorporate into the world. Not the good stuff that the American Constitution did. You'll whole stock completely ignore all that. Fucking, I'm not listening to none of that, bro. They owned slaves and they were womanizers, genocided. But I'll listen to Stalin. Oh man, that guy right there? Oh, I fucking love him. That's a real hero.
So I don't care if they had good words for their group. They weren't good words for everyone's group.
How with the proletariat, with the bourgeois, how with the money havers, with the rich motherfuckers. Bro, it's just the same shit, yo, that you fucking destroy them over. Yo, you'll do, just in a different way. You'll do the exact same shit. And it's so fucking corny. Like, yo, you like these fucking, like it's moronic almost.
And so the concept is fundamentally flawed at its base. It is fundamentally a flawed concept. Because when they said we the people, they mean we the European Christian, rich, landowning white men, and no one else. Period.
Period. Oh, that's what they meant. Have you read the Federalist Papers? Mr. Commie? Mr. Communist Manifesto, I'm sure read it 5 times, fucking front to back. Papers written by the people who wrote the Constitution. You read any of their books? Any of their thoughts? It's far deeper than the cornball, genociders, womanizing, slave owner, sucker shit, yo, you chalk all that shit up to. It's so convenient, almost. Like, it's actually convenient to just have this air of arrogance about you because you've read a couple Communist fucking Manifesto books, can just put that spin that you learned in that on everything else that's conveniently giving you the life that you have. That I promise you, like, I don't know these motherfuckers. I'm sure I'm straw man and gaslighting myself. But these motherfuckers, bro, like, you almost guarantee, yo, they've never had a hard day in their life. No idea what it took to create the world, the mess included. But I'm honest and open enough to realize that there are many problems with America. History excluded. I'm talking about today and the shit and the mess that everything is today. I would probably agree with a lot of the things that you think are problems. Maybe not how or why we got those problems or the solutions you would think that maybe would solve the problems. But I can be honest enough to grant all the problems that America has today and would be open to trying to fix all of them. But I wouldn't be open to burn down the entire fucking system in hopes that the 25-year-olds who have read the Communist fucking Manifesto be the ones who would do it better. You wouldn't, bro. You wouldn't, bro. Fuck, bro. It looks like you can't even take a fucking shower. Like, fuck you.
When they said democracy, they meant democracy for the European Christian, rich, landowning white men. Period. No one else.
When all that shit started, all the Constitution, who it covered, who could vote, who could do all those things, bro, you had to be doing something, putting into the system to, like, be able to have your voice be heard. At least in the fucking very beginning. If you was just doing nothing, living in a hut out in the fucking woods, you didn't get a vote. It was just that simple. To which I could argue for and against both of those. Because ultimately, bro, if you don't have skin in the fucking game, you don't have no reason to be dictating what anybody else gets to do or not. That's all that mattered at that time. Unfortunately, that was the world those motherfuckers lived in. That was the world everybody in the fucking world lived in at that time and fucking era. Like, it's so easy for us to, in 2025, sit back, look at history, and judge everybody how we walk around today and try to hold those people to the same fucking standard. Communists, all the fucking communists.
And so, the guiding light for how people shouldn't be written by genocidal, womanizing, murderous, slave-owning men. Period.
Period, says the clown that reads Lenin and Stalin, Mao Zedong and all them. You hear how fucking just convenient it is for them? Oh, the entire system is flawed by these white men. Read this Lenin. Fucking clown. Sorry, bro. You got one more chance. You got one more chance, commie. And if this don't get it, I'm just gonna have to fucking chalk all y'all up to just being fucking retarded.
Yeah. I'm a prison abolitionist. But you could put little asterisks next to that because there is nuance to be had.
This clown just said nuance.
Because there is nuance to be had.
There's nuance to be had. Says the guy who chalked up the fucking Constitution of America. White, rich, European, slave-owning, womanizing, genocidal maniacs. Says that guy. The fact that he wants to abolish prisons. You need a little bit of nuance. Enlighten us all, please, Mr. Prison Abolitionist, Commie, Leninist.
Not just an anarchist any longer, calling for the complete destruction of the judiciary and police system. I read a little bit. What I am is a manifestation of capitalist exploitation, criminalization of the proletariat as a surplus labor pool of cheap exploitable labor. So social control that targets marginalized communities, and particularly people of color, in order to maintain social order and suppress dissent. Mass incarceration system of profit generation, allowing for corporations to profit from the incarceration, surveillance, and exploitation of prison labor. Stronger militant apparatus of the state that is only there to be an ineffectual punitive system to maintain current social economic stratification of society to serve the interests of the capitalist class under the current for-profit system of commodification of human beings and slavery. Abolitionist. But to be honest, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, bro, to be honest, that's a mouthful of fucking Marxist dogma bullshit. Spoken like a true fucking believer, all that bullshit. Hey, yeah, man, I actually do believe that prison should be abolished. And here's all this Marxist dogma that, like, I've had memorized for the last 10 years because I'm just a fucking dingbat.
So I just like to say I'm a communist. You know, I'm a communist.
You're fucking retarded, is what you are. All y'all. You've lost the fucking plot. You will cut your nose off to spite your face. You will do everything one maybe probably shouldn't do in spite of the world in which you reside. The world in which has given you every fucking beautiful thing you could ever fucking have. And of course you'll look at it as it's all shit. Because everything is fucking relative. It's perspective. How we look at it. And of course you, living in one of the best times in the worlds to ever be alive, shit on it all. And yet in turn, when everybody's telling you, bro, every fucking thing you're doing has been tried, done, and failed, leaps and bounds by magnitudes. Every person you will fucking disown, disassociate with, you will ignore from the same people that you listen to, love, promote, and push. With a fucking smile even. Because as TikTok is potentially getting banned, potentially goes the way of fucking Parler or any other app you could fucking think of in the last 5 years that they've decided to delete. These motherfuckers, these commie, Marxist, Leninist, socialist, anarchist, all the ists, made a living, made that money on old TikTok there. Maybe TikTok's gonna get banned. These clowns go and join an actual Chinese-owned, Chinese-monitored, Chinese every fucking thing app. The same Chinese people that do every fucking thing they hold against the founders of America. Make that fucking make sense. You never will, of course, but I know they love saying that, oh, make it make sense.
Damn, I'm fucking proud of you folks. The US government said, don't give your data to China, and y'all said, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me, and downloaded a straight up Chinese app. I did it too. Fucking go post a video on there just for shits and giggles, just to piss them off. Well done, folks.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. I'm gonna do what the worst and more bad people tell me. Just to spite you. Just to spite the motherfuckers. And when I say this, having a problem with 98% of the US government, 98% of the police, 98% of the system in general, I've got a problem with almost it entirely. But I wouldn't cut my nose off to spite my face. I wouldn't then in turn go running to China, to fucking China, because you got a couple Chinese motherfuckers welcoming you with open arms. Come here, my fellow communist American morons who would love just to destroy the entire world you live in. Come on over with us. We love you. China loves you. Ain't that right, China?
You guys, I was just scrolling on the other app and I just saw this, and why am I gonna cry right now? Watch.
From TikTok, I am Abe from China, and I just want to say it's so amazing to have you here. For so long, we haven't really been able to connect or talk to each other like this, but now we finally can, and it feels so special. This is such a real chance for us to really get to know each other and maybe create something amazing together. It's not always easy. We are from different place, different culture, and yeah, there are policy issues too. But that's exactly what makes it so exciting. So yeah, I just want to say you are not just welcome here. I really, really hope you will stay.
Isn't that so sweet? I think I'm gonna keep posting on Red Note even if TikTok gets saved or if another app pops up, because what an opportunity to connect with people in China who unfairly are getting hated on all the time by our xenophobic government and society.
The people of China are not the problem with China. Like, you know you gotta get that right. It's like America. Like, motherfuckers got a problem with the American government. Not most of the American people. They're victims of that system, of that communist fucking system. This bitch is laying under her blanket, just promoting the shit out of the shit. Like, it's not every fucking thing motherfuckers say it is. It's every bit of what motherfuckers say TikTok is. It is every bit of that times 1 billion. And these motherfuckers will run right to it. TikTok ain't even gone yet, and they're all over it.
We got to stop calling it Red Note. You guys got to stop calling it Red Note, okay? If we're doing this as even partially as an FU to our own US government, you got to start calling it Little Red Book or just Red Book. Because if you don't know the historical context of the Little Red Book, it is literally a little red book of Chinese communist propaganda written by the head of the Chinese Communist Party, Mao Zedong. And it's like, historically, if you like in a historical context say Little Red Book, people will know you're basically talking about a little bit of Chinese communist propaganda. And the US government especially is really gonna hate that.
You get it? We hate the US government, man. They've done all these terrible things. They genocided, they're womanizing, they slaved owners. But these guys over in China, man, they got it figured out, man. They're welcoming. They want us here, not like the U.S. government. You got to start calling it Little Red Book, of course, because the Little Red Book was Chinese propaganda. And if we call it that, the U.S. government will hate it so much. I guess that's how y'all win, huh? Fuck America. Fuck this place. Fuck all this world that we've already created. Let's just all burn it down and let's turn it into China. This is America 2025. These motherfuckers will cut their nose off, spite their face, and hand it to the motherfucker that's hoping you chop your fucking nose off. It actually blows my mind, bro, when I imagine what it took to create this world. The steps along the way from nothing to what it is today, and with all its fucking problems. Everything fucking had a path. And it all started real small, got bigger, fucking gargantuan to what it is today. And it all fucking started, bro, with motherfuckers working with a common goal, with a common ground, a common fucking society, a common world to create. Have motherfuckers maybe took it, twisted, and fucked up some of it? Sure, which is why we need to try and fix it. Us, as Americans, together. Not fucking go to China now because they're thinking about banning fucking TikTok. You fucking hypocrite clowns. I actually despise you people. I actually despise you type of bougie, bubble, pampered living bitches who somehow think, yo, you go fucking live on some rice and rats in fucking China. That'll be better cause you know, fuck America. Yeah, fuck America and let's all go to China. I'm ready, comrade. One last. Hey, other commie shorty, what do you got to say about America?
Because that makes me so mad. I'm so mad at you. You're bad.
Yeah, that's what all y'all sound like. That's what every single one of you commie, socialist, anarchist, Marxist, Leninist, all y'all ists. Sound just like that broad right there.
Bad.
So bad. Hey, can I get seconds on the rat? Fucking clowns.